All right, it's time to call the order of the June, what is the date? I forgot. June 9th, 2025 Advisory Planning Commission. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll do roll call. Ronald Blevins is present. Wayne Bergen is not here. Marty Clark?
Here.
Harold Goodlett? Here. And Brian Hester is not here. Daisy is not here. And John Palmer? Here. Okay, been determined we do have a quorum. You've been provided an agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I move.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion has been passed. The approval of minutes. Everybody have a copy of the last minutes? Okay, motion made by John,
I'll second it.
second by Marty. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, it passes. Is there any public comment? No public comment? Okay, it looks like there is no old business. We'll move on to new business. The zoning map change on Level Street, I believe that's 254 Level Street, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Snyder's in on Zoom, he's there, and then these two gentlemen here are representing
Okay. All right, so whoever wants to.
whoever wants to speak.
I can take it. So I saw the agenda, but he had a fire last July, pretty much the new place that we have on right now, kind of unbearable, right? Unless we got down and rebuild, and we just felt that kind of the lot that we have, the size that it makes sense to do, kind of change in zoning, and the ability to put townhome style apartments. Right across the street, another five or six plexes, but like it makes sense with everyone moving into town, more jobs, more housing. We gotta pick up a lot for it. We just want to go ahead and get it rezoned to get the process started.
Okay, so is this for, you see it's going, originally there was duplexes on there and they were, it was burnt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so you're wanting to go from, to a multi-family, correct?
From a,
From a,
it was utilized as a R2,
R2,
but now they need to go to an R4 multifamily.
okay, from R2 to R4 multi-family, okay. Okay. All right, is there any questions, any discussion by the board?
I have, what is the proposed building, how many occupant apartments is it? Like, is it Harold, did you draw that, or?
No.
I guess Tyler? How many units is it?
How many more people will be living on the lot? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think that's-
Basically that, and how many units?
It
is
says
Six.
It says 6 on here.
6?
Yeah, we're looking for six, probably two bath. So.
Oh.
Two stories?
Yep. First floor, living room, kitchen, maybe a bath, or the kitchen and living room, and then you walk upstairs, there's a two bedrooms and two bathrooms.
Is there gonna be a common wall between units, or what?
Yep.
So, is it parking just all that's on Level Street, is that you're showing, I think there's 12 slots there?
Correct.
That's all you're gonna have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then if you can see the picture of our lot, it's kind of like an X, so that back part of the L, that'll just be used for, yard or park for the tenants. Nothing will be developed back there from a parking lot or a unit perspective either, just to call that out.
Is any of the units gonna be ADA?
Haven't discussed.
I don't believe so.
Pardon?
I don't believe so.
No, not with being 2 stories. Are there any, other multifamily units in the area?
Yes, there's.
Across the street.
Across the street?
Then the apartments further down.
Okay.
After that.
What is it, about 4 units or 4 buildings over there?
Yes.
Okay, any more questions by the board?
This is just for the zoning change, right, and then they'll come back after we approve this with the building plans? Is
Yeah,
that
the
correct?
development plan, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so, all right, we'll need a motion to, approve this just for the zoning change.
Right, this goes, whatever our recommendation is, goes to the council at
Okay,
their next meeting.
okay.
Next July.
I move for a motion to approve.
Okay, motion, made by Harold,
I'll second it.
second by Marnie. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. 2 opposed, 1 aye. Those are back on me. Okay, I,
Wait, I said, I agree. Did you agree?
Yeah, I agree too.
yeah, you do.
It's 2
agree.
yeas.
Yeah, we agreed, okay.
Yeah,
No, he has to vote because it makes
Yes,
a quorum.
correct, yes.
yep. Yep. So I will vote in favor of the zone change.
I'll send you over the copy, I'll send it, the recommendation of the council approved, I'll send you guys a copy of that. That'd be great.
Okay, second item is the plat change there on Harmony Drive.
Yeah, Harold's here, let me explain why we're doing that.
Okay.
If the city would have already accepted those roads, then it would go in front of the Board of Public Works, because the plat change is actually a utility easement that is not being utilized because they didn't put what they thought was gonna go there. So what they're wanting to do is abandon that utility, but you can't abandon it because it's not really, it's just a part of the plat that hadn't been accepted yet. So that's why I said we just do a plat change where if the board approves it, then I just remove it from the plat. Abandon it, give a letter of abandonment, sort of. Kind of a strange deal that happened before, but yeah, if you see, well, Harold can tell you, he's the one who put all the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Permission to approach the bench, and I'll give everybody a copy of the paperwork. Should have. They should, well, I'll just be sure they got the latest and greatest. Good evening. For the record, my name is Harold Hardin with Hardin Surveying and Engineering. I'm a project surveyor and engineer that's working on, it's called the Lilies of Southern Commons, and it's a small development that's at the corner of Harmony Circle and Harmony Drive. And during our due diligence in preparing the plats and everything else, we discovered that during the iterations of Southern Commons, there were easements platted and then additional easements platted over those easements, and it just kind of became somewhat of a hectic network of easements that are no longer needed. So what we're asking for is kind of more of a cleanup process of the plat. So there's 2 easements that we're asking for to be released or vacated and have them extinguished from the plat. One of them pertains to Harmony Circle. When Southern Commons was originally platted, probably Exhibit D is probably the best sheet for you guys to look at, just to give you an idea of what we're trying to do. And so the one that's, I guess, more dark purple or whatever color you want to call that, that was an easement that was part of the original plat of Southern Commons. And then as they kept building it out, the engineer, Paul Greenberg Associates, decided to actually put an additional platted right-of-way over top that easement. Well, they don't match mathematically. And so as part of our cleanup process of doing the Lilies and Southern Commons, which is this piece up in here, this 1.3 acres, just to be sure that everything is contiguous, the math works and everything else, we're asking for that easement to be released, but the right-of-way remains. So it's a duplicate of everything that's there. The other easement that we're asking to be released is there is a utility easement in addition to the platted right-of-way. We're asking for that utility easement to be released. Inside your packet, we have all the utility companies. We have Indian American Water, I think Duke is in there, Cable and everything else, and they've given us letters that says we have no issues you releasing those because we still have the platted right-of-way to do what we want. And plus, with the plat of the Lilies and Southern Commons, we're adding more easements to accommodate the real infrastructure that will be built. So, like I said, this is more just a cleanup process than anything.
Okay. Any questions by the board?
I've got one, Harold. The water company and I believe it was the gas company also didn't sign their papers.
I think inside the packet, we have emails inside there that they said that they had no problem with that.
I seen it where it said it didn't have a problem, but I didn't see a signature. Like,
Indian American Water.
Gritto of Indiana American. And I think, well, I looked at the thing, I believe the gas company also had something. They didn't have a problem with it, but they didn't sign it.
This is just the typical documents now. If you want to, I can try to get
Just
those
wondering
signed.
the
or
reason
anything.
why.
That's just typically what they send, is when they send an email and everything else with all that. It's, see here, like on the gas company, they came back and said, please find the attached letter requesting, and then they come back. Been a while, Duke, they just kind of corresponded with us saying through via email. That's the
I
documentation.
just want to make sure he's covered, I guess.
I'm fine with that, with the documentation we were sent, yes. Because it's on their letterhead and everything else, yes. I have no problem with the way they report. Well, you see through our correspondence, the effort was made on our office and staff to be sure, so. And there's no utilities there, so that also helps us out, or I guess it indicates why they didn't sign it. But very good question.
Any other questions, discussions? All right, we'll need a motion to approve. Can I get a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
A motion made by John,
I'll second.
second by Harold. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Aye has
Thank
it.
you very much. We're just not used to being two Harolds in the room.
Yeah, I was quick and straight to the point. Harold had to take it.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Okay, is there anything else? All right, we'll need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Martin, second by Harold. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.